Hi, I'm Snez, personal trainer, healthy lifestyle coach, and your guide to feeling your best. This podcast is a segment from my weekly radio show, Wellbeing Wednesdays, broadcast live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. It's all about sharing real, practical tips to help you move more, eat better, and live healthier without the overwhelm. Let's dive in, shall we? Going to jump into a question that I hear all the time, and that is, do I need to work out every day to be healthy? And the answer is a very simple no, absolutely not. You do not need to work out every day. Now, if you are an active person and you absolutely love working out every day, it gives you the energy, makes your body feel better, then you are going to benefit from it and keep doing it. But this is more for people that are wanting to get started and feel that the only way that they can get healthy is if they are doing 6 sessions a week of something. And we need to unpack what this actually means, because movement is important, but you do not need to be in a structured workout 6 days of the week or even 7 days of the week, especially if you're starting off. And that amount of activity can be quite daunting to be able to feel whether you're able to physically do it and not feel too sore week in and week out. Also, it's the time commitment and working out, well, how am I going to find 6-hour sessions, which is so much, you don't need to do that much, in a week? I can see that would feel very overwhelming, and there's the cost of doing all these different activities. So let's unpack what we need to be doing. So you don't need to be smashing yourself 7 days a week, but your body does love regular activity, and it just needs the right kind and the right combination. And for you to think active most days, but that doesn't necessarily mean going somewhere and doing a structured class. So what I recommend and what I follow myself is to make sure that at the base level, you are getting your 2 to 3 sessions, strength sessions per week. Now, let me define the term session, because what does that actually mean? Does that mean a 60-minute session? Does that mean a session in a gym? What does that mean? So when we're thinking about 2 to 3 strength sessions per week, I want you to think about that in a way that we're saying we want you to stimulate the muscles 2 to 3 times a week by lifting and carrying or pushing and pulling heavy things. So we can consider a session at home if you are doing some squats and some push-ups and some single arm bent over rows and a shoulder press and a plank, maybe some calf raises, 10 of each of those. Go 3 times through. That, for me, is considered a strength session, even if it is at home using minimal equipment. So the strength sessions can be lifting weights, using bands, body weight training, or working with a trainer or in a gym. It's going to help you to build muscle, maintain bone density, and support your metabolism. So that's definitely the first one. The second one is 1 to 2 cardio sessions a week. That could be a brisk walk, it could be a dance class, it could be rowing at home for a minimum of 10 minutes. With a maximum, it doesn't really matter the maximum, it just depends on how much time you have. But at a minimum, you would want to be doing 10 minutes minimum, and ideally you'd be wanting to do around about 30 minutes. So, or it could be a run. It's great for your heart health. It's great for brain and as well as stress levels. So we want to have our 2 to 3 sessions per week of strength, 1 to 2 cardio, and then mobility movements or actual just moving more most days of the week. So this could be things like stretching out. It could be going for a walk, taking the dog for a walk, and then stretching when you get home. It could be cleaning the house. It could be gardening. It could be playing with the kids, running around, going for a walk. All of this counts, and your body absolutely loves movement. It doesn't have to be a workout. We just have to think about moving more throughout the day. And you can build in movement even if you are working in a sedentary role. You could think about standing up every hour and going for a walk around the office or up and down some steps and then sitting back down again. It's about moving, which increases our blood flow throughout our body. It helps our lymphatic system, but also it sparks your energy levels up, and you don't need to do a lot. You just need to change the posture that your body is being in for long periods of time, which also helps with less stiffer joints. It helps with posture, back issues, hip issues. So making sure that we're moving throughout the day is really quite important. And that could be in very simple and basic ways. So when I'm on air, if we talk about just the 2-hour program, I'm literally sitting in the station for these 2 hours, a little bit before and a little bit after. But in between songs, I am getting up, going to the toilet, I'm moving around. I do find it hard to sit completely still in the one chair, in the one posture for a long period of time. I might even dance around to some of the songs and get my body moving, stretch out, maybe stretch out the glutes as I am sitting in here. You should see it. I should leave a camera on one day so you can see that I'm constantly moving because it feels good. And my body doesn't feel good to sit stuck into the one posture. So think about it in that way, that your body just absolutely loves movement. Your joints love movement. Your lymphatic system, every aspect enjoys you moving your body. Now, we don't need to train hard every single day, especially without recovery, because when we do that, we increase our risk of injury. We feel more tired instead of energized after our workouts. And you can also burn out and you can lose motivation if you are training daily. And the other thing is that when we are training intensely and we are training daily, it can affect our ability to regulate our food, because it will cause a hunger that then you feel that you continuously need to feed. So absolutely, we need to make sure that we are building in some recovery days and allowing some general day-to-day movement to make up a good portion of our daily activity rather than relying on gym workouts. So your body doesn't get stronger through the workouts. You've probably heard this before. It gets stronger during the recovery. So we need to make sure that we have some good recovery built into it. And in fact, over the last sort of year, I've taken on a lot more hours taking members through workouts, which means that I'm physically working out more often, demonstrating, moving equipment around, which basically means that I've had to reduce my own personal training sessions because I felt that I wasn't getting the recovery because my work life isn't sedentary, it's quite active. And we need to take those things into consideration. So if you're moving naturally a lot throughout your day, either with work or being active around the home, you may think about your workouts as being supplementary and complementing and giving your body the strength that it needs to effectively be able to do those day-to-day activities. So taking some time off or some recovery or some downtime is really part of getting stronger and fitter and healthier, but also staying motivated. So now we're going to go through and have a look at a simple framework that you can use to map out your weekly activity. And you may find that you are doing some of this already and you're probably ticking off some of this plan already. So let's have a look. So a simple framework that you can use is start with your strength. If you are not doing some form of strength training throughout your week, whether that be at home, at a gym or part of a class, then this is something that you need to include. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to start with some strength training and get help if you're not sure what to do. But pick 2 days out of the week where you're going to train your muscles. You're going to get them to push and pull and lift and carry and pick up and put back down some weights. Or it could be just your own body weight, or it could be a band or a towel, something like that. But pick 2 days and lock that into your calendar. Then add in some cardio days, whether you're going to go for a structured walk 1 or 2 days where your heart rate goes up a little bit. So you may be listening thinking, I actually go for a walk 3 days of the week. Fantastic. So we can tick off that component of it. And in fact, you may find that you go, okay, well, I'm going to take one of those walking days and I'm going to substitute that in for a strength session that I'm going to do at home. Or I'm going to find a YouTube video of a park strength workout that I can do. And you find something that when you get to the local park, rather than continuing your walk, you can pause there and then do some strength training. Super important to strengthen our muscles. I will keep repeating that message on air. The next thing is you've got your cardio days, 1 or 2 days where your heart rate goes up. If you are currently doing a dancing class, or if you are going for a swim once a week, or if you are doing a bike ride once a week, or if you're catching up with a walking group and doing a walk twice a week, then that counts here. Absolutely. You don't need to add any extra. That's what we're counting. Then you need to just add in your strength days. And then on a day-to-day basis, I want you to build in. Now, this is probably the trickiest part, is building movement into your day. So whether you commit to a couple of mornings just doing some light stretching on waking, some mobility, committing to gardening once a week, getting a standing desk and committing to standing more throughout the day, whether it be parking further, whether it be taking clothes out on the line rather than drying them inside. So whatever it is, I want you to look for opportunities where you can move your body, where you can walk, where you can twist and turn and bob down and reach for things and get that body moving. That's all you need. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be 6 days or 7 days a week, but it is about being consistent. Consistently do those 1 or 2 walks a day. Consistently do those strengthening exercises twice a week and move more throughout the day. Now, the thing is that you can set a 10-minute timer and just go for a walk. That's a quick win for today that I want you to give a go. Or whether you think about doing, 10 minutes and you're going to do 8 squats and 8 push-ups and 8 calf raises and let's think a shoulder press with a towel. Do those 4 movements, repeat them, 8 of each continuously for the 10 minutes. You might have a minute break in between somewhere there, but it's the 10-minute workout that I want you to add in today. Now, if you are going on regular walks, don't jump in and do another 10-minute walk. Try something different like the strength training. Or if you are doing the strength training, but you are really lacking on the cardio side of things, well, this is your 10-minute timer to go for a walk, a power walk, a slow jog, up to you, but that's it. Set a 10-minute timer and go and make that happen today. And if it feels good, do it again tomorrow. But soon enough, you'll find that your 10 minutes will become your warm-up, not the actual main event, as you feel that desire to go that little bit further as you increase your fitness. But just get started. So no, you do not need to work out every day, but your body absolutely loves to move. It's designed to move. And when you move with purpose, and you are consistent, even in small ways, it is going to have a big impact. But find your balance. If you know that you are overdoing it, or you have an active job and then you're layering all of this extra activity on, then just be mindful, rest when you need it, but move every day because it will support your body. Thanks for joining me on this segment from Wellbeing Wednesdays, as heard live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who might find it helpful and subscribe so you never miss a show. Want to catch the live broadcast? Well, you can tune in Wednesdays from 12 till 2 p.m. on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM, or find my info on Wellbeing Wednesdays with Snez, the Facebook group. Take care, stay healthy, and remember, it's the little choices every day that create big changes. Talk soon.